And I'm Liz.
And we're here. We're here, season 5, baby.
We're in the final
Oh
season.
my God, I
That was the
know.
quickest show ever.
Dude, right?
But like so
Seriously.
good.
I know.
I
Well, I
guess
guess
because we enjoyed it so much, you know?
it warms my heart that you enjoyed it so much because
Absolutely.
when I think of our Total Betty children, the OC was only 4 seasons, but by the fourth season, which is good in its own way, we're both like, all right, we're ready.
Let's wrap it up. Now I feel like I'm not ready.
I know. I don't want to say goodbye to these people because I really love them so much.
Yeah,
So much.
same.
But we're discussing season 5, episode 1, Expectations, written by David Hudgens and directed by Michael Waxman. Original air date October 27th, 2010. So, fun fact, this picks up, we have a little bit of a time jump, but in real life, they shot this season like a month after. They barely had a break.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
And
wonder why.
Um, I forgot if Derek and Stacy went into it, but I listened to their season 5, episode 1 episode, and they didn't really go too much into that, but they just said how hot it was filming in Texas. And they actually shot the Tim scenes with Taylor while they were still shooting season 4, because at this point
Wow.
he was filming the movie Carter. So
Oh,
yeah, so Derek was just like, it was like a lot to, we only had like a month break, but
interesting. Yeah, because it's funny. I feel like the characters almost kind of look like a little different though. They did a good job of making it seem like it was 9 months.
yeah.
Which 9 months. I was predicting 6, but we got 9.
Yeah, but you still were on the right track of if
I
we weren't going to
was.
have a huge time jump, just kind of you were in the month range,
I
not
was.
years. Yeah. So in
Yeah.
this episode, Julie prepares to go away to college while Tammy digs into her new job as guidance counselor. Coach and Buddy seek out a basketball player for his team at the East Dillon Lions, and they prepare for their preseason game against the Croft Cowboys.
Lots of randomness with that. I
When
can't
I,
wait to discuss.
yeah, when I tell you I had zero recollection of Hastings Ruckle. Zero, Liz.
And then
Like,
when you saw him, you were like, "Oh yeah.
nope, nope. I saw him and I said, "Who is this?"
Oh my God."
But let's talk about Tammy first.
Oh,
So
okay.
Tammy, she's so excited to be guidance counselor at East Dillon. This is where she feels it's her role, and so she brings up the idea during the faculty meeting about, first she's talking about college admissions and how she feels that they should be handwritten because they are better received, and the teachers are like, "This is not really a concern with us."
No, and that's not a concern with myself either.
I
It's
know.
like,
And
oh God, wouldn't your hand cramp up if you're doing so many?
yeah, Mike asked this in the questions he sent over. Like, does it really make a difference if they're handwritten versus typed? Is this a thing?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
I feel
right.
like keep up with the times and type it out. That's what most people would do. I
Did
just
you?
thought that was strange. And the other people were like, huh?
I know. Did you get letters of recommendation? I don't think I had to get it for Suffolk. So,
I didn't get them because I was going to community school. So I said,
right,
screw that. Don't need to
right.
get any letters there.
Yeah, yeah. But we see as Tammy's settling in, like, she starts to lose her steam, even though she's trying to be really positive. She can't even get a working phone in her office, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And she's making calls at home. School hasn't even started yet. And she's trying to set up meetings. No one is showing up. She's discouraged.
Yeah. As you would be.
Yeah.
It wasn't, did she think this was gonna be, easy?
I don't know what she
Especially,
thought.
again, what we talked about last week with, well, this is the principal that told this
Levi.
girl to get an abortion.
Oh,
And
oh,
now,
her. Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Tammy, she's this talked about woman. So why would she think that anyone would actually want to go and speak with her? Obviously, I don't feel that way. I feel as though they should give her a chance, but I
Yeah.
don't know what she was expecting to happen. You're literally going into like enemy lines. It's
Right.
just weird. It
I
was weird.
know. And Levi is just,
He's a dick.
yes, thank you. He really is. He's just like, huh, good luck. You could call it a day. No one's coming to your meetings. It's like,
It just
wow.
seems like he doesn't want that job,
Right.
which is fine, but I don't know, just maybe have a better attitude about it
Yeah.
if you want to control the situation because you're the principal.
Right. I agree. Anyway, Julie's getting ready to go to college, and we see how Tammy and Eric are clearly not ready to let her go. I mean, we have different scenes where she's asking Tammy for, "Hey, I really got to get stuff for college. Can you give me can you give me your credit card?" And she's like, "No." She's putting it off. They're really like trying to hold on to her, hangout time.
Hmm.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Landry's
Uh-huh.
also getting ready to go to college. His mom packed him like a week ago.
So cute.
Yeah. And we see him one last time practicing with Crucifixorius, which I love that we got to see this. And they have their one last show, which they were so good.
So good.
Yeah. And I'm so happy too that we see Julie go to the show, even though her parents give her a little bit of a stink about it. But
Yeah.
I love that Julie says, I want to be a good friend. I told him I would go.
Yes, I want to talk to you about this whole Julie college situation.
Sure. Yeah.
She's very standoffish with her parents,
Well, okay.
especially in the beginning when Tammy's trying to figure out about like Kim and what's going on with your roommate. And Julie's like, I don't know, she's just my roommate. And then I know like Tammy was trying to prolong this like time with her at home.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was feeling like this whole thing was just very weird to me. This
Well,
whole situation between them. I kind of wanted to see this like I was expecting to be an emotional wreck and I was not.
wow. I was an
Mm-mm.
emotional wreck in this
No.
episode. Okay, well let me paint this perspective for you because this is how I felt because we open up and we're just seeing Julie, right? Like saying goodbye to her parents, but meanwhile, she graduated in June. She's had her parents. It's been how many 9 months? So she's had this time with her parents at home.
Right. No, it's not that I feel weird about. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
the the way that we presented this is the day Julie is going off to college. Julie doesn't bring her parents to go to college with her. That rubbed me the wrong way. And I know like some kids don't bring their parents.
Yeah.
Um, but I was like, they're trying so hard to be in your life, and it's obviously very sad for you to leave this life, and you want to be an adult and move on. But I was like, don't you want your parents to see you off, like quite literally, like help you unload your like, where is she going? Hold on, where is she going? Do we know?
We They don't tell us in this episode,
Okay.
but
It's okay
she's
if
going to
you
school
don't.
in Texas.
She's going to school in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, because she says my roommate is from.
Houston?
Is that what
Dallas?
she said? I want to thought she said like Amherst, so that doesn't make any sense. But I don't. Okay, so she's going to school in Texas. So, all right, I might eat my words next week when we watch, and I might feel differently because I felt as
You
though if
probably
she was
won't.
going like,
You probably
I
won't.
won't. Okay, well, let's just say she was going to Chicago. Not that she did. I would have been really sad if I was her parents and been like, okay, so you don't want me to come with you. You don't want me to help you. You don't want me to see you off. You don't want me to, help you unpack just a little bit, meet your roommate's parents. Like, I don't know. It just didn't feel like that traditional college TV show experience that we normally watch, which,
Hmm.
hey, is refreshing. I just felt like they were like walking on eggshells with each other, the parents and Julie. I don't know. Something about it. Something about it.
Okay.
And how did you feel about the dinner? Did you feel as though Tammy and Coach should have been more accepting that she was going to go see her
Yes.
friends? Yeah.
Like Julie says, I've been with you guys for an hour and a half. Julie was not nasty when she got up. And in my opinion, like you've had all summer with Julie. Like Julie's trying to prepare for college. She's been asking you, please take me shopping. Julie's preoccupied with this excuse me, Tammy's preoccupied with this new position. Coach is preoccupied with the classic that's coming up. I think Julie's probably feeling a little neglected.
Mm. Okay.
And so for her, and I thought she handled the scene really well with her getting up and being like, well, thank you for dinner. And I really appreciate that. But I want to go see my friend play. It's his last night.
Yeah, I felt that was the case as well. And when Tammy kind of was like, "Well, yeah, okay, yeah, you go." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well,
Because they don't want to give her up, you
I
know?
know."
They're trying. And I think also it came so quickly for them.
Right. I'm sure I did. I'm sure it does for every parent,
Of
that
course.
summer flies by
Yeah.
and then you're seeing your kid off to college. So I totally sympathize with them. I just in that scene was like, guys,
Did you get emotional when Coach was waiting for her when she comes home and they play ping pong?
that was sweet. I an
That was a
emotional
callback to like the first
Ab
season.
absolutely. Emotional inside, I didn't shed a tear.
Oh my God, I was
I
bawling.
don't think. I did it once, and now I don't remembering where when it was.
Landry and Grandma?
Maybe that. Maybe that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
then, I mean, I was emotional when Julie goes off and drives off, and Coach gives her some money for emergencies.
Yeah,
And
he gives them her, like, a stacked
I
envelope
know,
of cash.
I know. But
So I'm like,
I
"Well."
thought Julie was really sweet in it. And seeing Coach tear up and then just saying, wow, like that was the last line of the episode,
Yeah.
that broke me. That that made me cry. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I wasn't emotionally in it, I guess,
All right,
which is
that's
so
okay.
bizarre because normally if I watch by myself, I
Yeah.
can be very much
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit me. I don't know, I guess I wasn't expecting no graduation again and, summing everything up and being kind of confused as to where everything was left. And then it's like, "Oh, okay, well, we're going to school," and, like, Landry too. So, I think I was just taken aback that we were doing this so soon, but I'm ultimately excited to see potentially I don't know if we're gonna see them again, you know? So if we don't actually, then I think I'm a little upset about it because I feel like that was not a good send off for me personally.
Yeah. I mean, I love that we see Landry practice with his band buddies, have the show, have that conversation with Grandma. The fact that he even went to go visit her, I thought was so
Yeah,
sweet.
very sweet.
And
She's been
how
in his life
I
since he was a little
know,
boy.
I know, and how she says that or tells him, like, keep playing that music. I have it
Oh,
on my MP player,
my
her
MP
MP player.
player.
I
I can
really
play it
love
whenever I
that.
want.
I really, really love that. And I even love how Landry and Julie were hanging out outside the Alamo Freeze, reminiscing about Matt. I thought that was really sweet too.
Yes. Yeah, a callback to Matt and the Alamo Freeze
Yeah,
first season, esque and the ex-boyfriend and best friend
right, right. And
that
then,
hurt them.
he wants it to be epic. And so they go to the landing strip, and Julie's just like, here, make sure you have cab fare. And that was their send
That
off
was their
too.
goodbye to each other.
It kind of made me sad because Tim's in prison
Mhm.
and Landry has his bandmates, but really, Landry doesn't have his friends. Like, he's spending his last night in Dillon at the landing strip by himself. That's
Right.
sad.
It
That's
is sad.
really sad to me.
And Julie too, like, she doesn't really have any other friends
No.
either, and so she's
No.
spending it with Landry, and then she's like, "I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to leave." I think she's
It's
definitely ready to
time.
leave.
It's time to go.
So, I guess, thinking about that perspective, I'm trying to put myself I'm like, "This is very Julie to do,"
Hmm.
go off to college by herself.
Hmm.
I'm just not, like, happy with it.
I think
Me
if she was
personally.
going out of state, maybe it would have been a little bit different. They would have like
Yeah.
been like, no, one of us is coming with you.
Right. That would make sense. Like, wouldn't that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I also, and I, to be honest with you, I didn't remember where she went to college. And after watching next week's episode, I was like, where is she? And I had to Google it and I was like researching it. And maybe they discuss it and maybe they get more into it. And so, listeners, if you know, then write in and remind me. But, we visited Boston and she had all these choices. And then she stays in the state, which there's nothing wrong with going to school in Texas. It's just you were trying to escape Texas.
Mhm. Yeah. Right. Especially if your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend is found his Chicago and you wanted to find your Chicago, but yet you stay in the same place, same state.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
And
huge state.
of
I'm
course,
not saying
it's a
Texas isn't
humongous
huge.
state.
It's
No, right, exactly. Like, just because you're one place doesn't mean that you can't have another experience somewhere
absolutely.
else.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I didn't expect her to stay so close.
Right. Yeah. We'll see what happens with
Mm.
her. New couple alert. It's official. Jess and Vince are on. How are we liking it?
Super cute. Super
It's
cute.
so cute. I love them together.
Yeah.
We learn where Virgil is. He's opening up Ray's Barbecue franchises in
Did you remember
Dallas.
this?
No,
Okay.
no,
Because it's a
no.
whole thing. It's like a whole storyline with her brother.
Yeah,
Daddy's missing. Now I'm going to act out. So I'm like, okay. So we did it in a way for like multi-purpose stuff.
right. Exactly. Right. They didn't have to write the fact that Dre is acting up because, he's getting nasty that Jess is acting like their mother. And
Mm-hmm.
also we will see Aunt Bird, but she wasn't around in this episode. So it
Right,
just
not that
seems like
much.
Jess is right. We saw her a little bit, but it seems like Jess is like full on caretaker. Like her
Right.
and Vince are playing house, taking care of these kids.
Right. And that a lot of times cannot end well
Yeah.
because being young like that and having such adult responsibilities, I feel like you rush into doing things because you have this like adult mindset. And so I feel like very quickly her and Vince could be like this full like serious couple, almost like, getting married at a high school kind of thing because they feel like that's the next step for them when they're both so young. But
Right.
all they know is being adults because they've had to do things for their parents.
Right.
So they have a very interesting, dynamic and bond where they're similar in that way, but they're also different in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, my vocal fry is so apparent tonight. Is it?
I mean, I'm not noticing it, but
Okay, I just am
maybe
like,
you'll hear it in post. That's okay.
Ugh.
So it's preseason for football, and the Lions are getting ready for the Whataburger Classic. So
Mm.
Buddy brings Coach to a basketball game. We see Vince playing. I know Liz. Liz is making, if you watch us on visuals, you see Liz's
Like,
facial expression. I had such issues with this storyline,
me too.
but let's continue discussing. And so they go to this basketball game and they see Hastings Ruckle. What kind of name is Ruckle? Exactly, coach.
Well,
So much
first
that,
name Hastings that's a mouthful.
yeah, so much that you forget this character. Me,
Michelle.
anyway. Like, what the actual F? Anyway, the boy can jump. And so they try to talk to him, and Hastings wants like nothing to do with football. He doesn't believe in the equipment, the establishment, the politics of it. Don't bother. Also, he's played by Gray Damon in real life. I do not know this actor. Do you know him?
So funny. When I saw him, I said, I know you. Where do I know you from?
Uh huh.
And so I did a little Google search and I realized he's been in a lot of things actually. And I
Okay.
realized it's from this show on the CW in 2014 called Star-Crossed, which it was basically like a poor man's Roswell where it's like aliens, they fall in love with humans. Guess who is the lead? Female. Amy Teagarden. No clue. No clue whatsoever that I watched the show with her. Because before this I didn't know who she was, and
No
apparently I did.
way.
Her hair was brunette though,
Yeah.
so it threw me off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, wait a minute, there's no way that Amy Teagarden was the lead of the show. Are you kidding? I like completely erased it
Wow.
from my memory.
Wow.
The
That's
show
so cool.
was, I mean, it got canceled like I think even before the finale of season one.
Ooh, not great.
Not great, but I can't believe I watched like 10 episodes of this show, didn't realize it was Amy Teagarden at all, and this is where I know him from. Very
Wow.
handsome,
Yeah,
very
he's
tall. That's why
very
he's good
tall.
at basketball.
He can jump, and you look at those hands. So, like,
Right.
Vince is a
He's
great
a big
quarterback,
boy.
but he needs someone to catch. Right.
Right.
And so, coach talks to Vince and Luke, and they're like, listen, I don't know what y'all do, but I kind of need you to recruit Hastings for me, for the team, for all of us. And so,
Wow. There's
I
so much
know,
issues with this.
I know. So they go to a party, and Luke is trying to like talk him up and be like, yo, like, you should join the team. And then Vince is like, we're going to send the hot girl in, aka Jess, who knows football, and she's
And
got
who's my
charm.
girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah. And so she goes over and she's like, yo, I'm supposed to put some charm on you. What's wrong with you? Why don't you join the team? Which I love Jess because
And
she's
she
so straight to
does
the point.
even herself. Just being herself is the charm.
She is, but they
She's
talked so
adorable.
close.
Yes, they do talk very close to each other. And I was like, this is kind of sexy. I'm into it. She just has chemistry with everyone.
She's just so good.
Everyone.
She is so amazing. I
You
love
know, and
her.
he's and every man that she's come in contact with, I'm
I
like, well,
know.
you're all like hot, so this is just entertaining for me.
I know. It's so true though. She really has chemistry with every person she
Oh,
interacts
so
with.
good.
Yeah. Anyway, so before the game, before they go to the classic, right? The boys are on the bus. The coaches are outside. And Hastings comes out with his basketball coach and they're just like, "Come play with us. You know you want to." They start cheering his name.
Wait, that was his basketball coach? I thought
Yes.
that was his dad.
I'm pretty sure that was the basketball coach because
Oh,
I
he
could be wrong.
did.
I could
No,
be
he
wrong.
did have the Lions.
Basketball,
Sure.
right?
I
Yeah.
guess so. Okay, now I feel a little bit better about this situation, but
Do
actually
you?
I still
Still
don't.
doesn't make sense
Because
to me.
them chanting Hastings over and over and over again, I thought it was in front of his dad, and his dad was like really like, "No, don't do this. It's not what you're about." This whole time thinking it is his dad. So I was like, "Oh my God, I feel so bad for the dad. Like this is so disrespectful to do in front of him and chanting and making this kid decide like right on the spot. He's not a football player. He never
Dude,
wanted anything to do with it. It just like it baffled my mind.
I know. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it was the basketball coach because they're at
Okay.
school. I'm pretty
Even
sure, but if
so,
it's the
that's still
dad,
like
weird.
awkward.
It is so awkward. And they were going to make him sign. Like, if you caught, like, the coaches were talking, they're like, we'll just cross out basketball and put football and make
I
him sign
know.
it. And then he'll just be, when he's
Some like sneaky shit. I don't like it.
It's
Mm-mm.
really weird. And so we get to the game, and there's lots of football in this episode, lots of gameplay. But ultimately, they end up putting Hastings in. What?
He
And
doesn't even know how to play
he doesn't
football.
know how to play. He does well. But then, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm distracted because Niles is meowing at my door. He doesn't know how to play, but yet they still trust him enough. And Hastings says to coach along the lines of like, "Hey, I can do this. I know that player. Like I know who that
I
is."
can jump higher than him. Like, that's not
What?
even that's not football.
So I can
Jumping
catch the ball.
high,
So I can
no,
catch
I
the
get
ball.
that. But
Yeah.
like the logic was like,
But
I
like,
guess what
but also this guy has never practiced with them. This
he's
needs
not part of the team. He literally just got on the bus. He
right.
just got on the bus. It's like you and I just get on the bus and being
That's
like,
right.
Coach, put me out there,
Exactly.
okay? I could jump higher than him.
Yeah. And so I was really concerned, not concerned, but that's the wrong word. I was really confused with this, and I'm like, I must be missing something. And so I
No.
listened to Clear Eyes, Full Hearts. And Derek and Stacy went off on this. She's like, this does not make sense. I don't understand this. And Derek was like, yeah, I mean, for story it works, but it really doesn't make sense. But because it's not officially the season, this is like the preseason game, it kind of doesn't matter.
Matter?
The fact that he was like put in last minute, I don't know. It's really weird, but they do end up winning. So
Yes, they did
also,
end up winning.
also we have to mention that Luke takes out, I think his name was Cody Pearl.
Oh yeah, he
Like
like really
it was like
knocked
a
him over.
yeah, this was like a big deal for Luke to do. So yeah, it was just I was like, what? This guy has never practiced with them. How do we even know he could do it? And then for coach to trust him, I was like, what is happening?
I know.
Also, how
It
did I
was just
forget you,
weird.
Hastings? How
Mm,
did I forget you?
I feel like,
Yeah.
buddy, you did a lot of shady shit when you were a Panther. You're
Yep.
a lion now. We don't do shady shit. Let's like, you know,
Yeah.
be better, a better man. So we don't need to go and like sign things illegally and scratch off
I know.
basketball and put football. Like, let's like just do things the right way, okay? Stop
Right.
getting coach involved in this shit.
Uh,
I
uh,
mean, I guess
Yeah.
he's here to stay.
Yeah, I can confirm that. Yes.
Yeah, I also did happen to see he was like in 12 episodes. So,
Yeah, he's a main character for season 5, which also again, and I will stop saying this, how I forgot him. Liz, I asked Ant, I'm like, did you remember him? And he goes, no. I was like, wow. Did we sleep through season 5?
oh,
Yeah. Tim is in prison. He has about
hmm
3 months to go.
right. So
And
he's going to be there a full year since
correct.
it's been 9 months. I was like, oh,
Correct.
math. Okay, so a year.
Yeah. Yeah. And we see Billy visiting him and he's showing him pictures and Tim's not really having it. Tim tells him, like, please don't come as often. Tell Becky not to come as often. And so Lisa, she gave us her thoughts on the opener for season 5. She feels Tim is being a dick. Like,
Mm,
you chose this life. Why are you acting this way? Do you agree?
um, yes.
In terms of like Billy, because Billy's talking to him about like pitching himself to be a coach. And he's like, I
hmm
was kind of your coach. And Tim's like, no, coach was my
Coach was my
coach.
coach.
Kind of resentful.
He is. I said that to myself.
Yeah.
He feels a lot of resentment, and Billy
Yeah.
feels a lot of guilt. So Billy's coming there all the time, showing him pictures of Stevie and oh my god,
Mins.
Min's. I was gonna call her Millie. I'm like, that's not her name. Mindy. And then also we hear that Becky's been stopping by a lot,
Yeah. Which we knew,
and right,
right?
which we assumed.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 months to go. At this point, I guess maybe he's just like, let me just serve the rest of my time and like one track mind to get me like out of here so that I don't like fall apart. It's
Right.
probably just like a mechanism for him to like keep himself together while literally being in prison at 18 years old. So that's my only thought process with that. And yes, it did seem a little bit hurtful the way he treated Billy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can imagine being okay with the fact that you took the fall, but then seeing your brother every day or every, couple days, a week, and being like, all right, it's kind of like I'd rather just not see anyone so I could just live in this situation
Right. And
and
you know what
deal.
I thought too?
Mm-hmm.
For me, Billy taking this coaching job gig,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Coach Riggs was supposed to be Tim. Like,
Yeah.
Tim was supposed to do this. So I'm sure that really stung too.
Good point.
Like, oh, you're going to do this now? That was actually what I was hoping to do with Coach. And now you get to take my spot and I'm in here.
To piggyback off of that, Tim was volunteering his time to help the boys
Mm-hmm.
and coach couldn't offer him a position, like even a
Right.
low paying position. And now Billy goes in and pitches himself, which I love Billy in this season. And I'm happy that he has that talk and he gets the position.
Mm,
But it is that could sting a little bit. Like, wow,
yeah.
you got to do this for
Right. And
money.
like,
You get a little money.
why now get the money? Why do we have money now?
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
small amount. He says he just hired the other guy who I don't know if you realized the other Lions Panther coach is now with us. Like the tall,
Yes.
big black guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
We
was like, oh
love
yeah, I
him.
recognize him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's getting his old crew back,
Right.
which is great. And you see Stan, he's like, who's
Oh,
this newcomer? Billy, get out of here.
Billy and his speech, Stan was not having it. He was
Well, I don't know
not
one
into
was
it.
having it.
It was so funny though.
The boys were like, okay, let's get this together.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over in Becky's house, Cheryl is on a casino cruise. And so Becky's dad and his girlfriend or fiance,
Mm.
whoever she is with the baby, is staying in the house while
Is
while Becky's dad goes off to work.
is this casino cruise the island boat?
I don't know. It's not.
No, it's not. Okay. I was
No,
like,
it's
oh,
not.
casino boat. You mean going to the island because we'll never see her again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was so weird. I never thought we were
So
gonna see the dad
weird.
again.
Me neither. I think I told you he was on the island.
Probably. And I'm like, ew, and this bitch.
She's
Oh my God, she's
awful.
awful.
Yeah, she's so nasty. She's not into living with Becky. She's smoking around her baby. Becky's just being sweet, trying to raise her sister, help, with the baby.
Right. She
And
didn't have to do that.
no, she did not. And so it ends up happening. And she's like, I can't stay here anymore. So she goes to Billy and Mindy's and she's like crying at their doorstep. And she explains to Billy, like, Tim told me if I ever needed anything, you guys were my family. Can I stay with you? And what I
Yeah,
love, Billy is so sincere. And he's like, are you hurt? Did anybody
right.
hurt you?
He's just like, I'll kill him, whoever
Right.
it is.
Of course. And he's like, of course you can stay with us. You can stay in Tim's old room. And Mindy's eyes are like, are you
She's like, are you
serious?
kidding me? We just like got family time and now you're bringing someone else into the house.
And
We
it's
just
like,
got rid of Tim and now you're bringing someone
right.
in.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there.
Mm.
Man, I can't believe you had no tears. I cried every time I watched this episode 3 times.
Wow. I think I did cry when Coach and Tammy were seeing Julie off.
The
And I
woe.
did, yeah, I did feel like in my heart of hearts, like, oh,
Yeah.
Landry and Lorraine, like that was so sweet.
When she's like, "Get over here. I want to hug your neck."
I want to hug your neck. Yeah, that part I was like, oh,
It's
she's
sweet.
so precious. And then
Yeah.
just like at the end, just like tapping her foot.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's Shelbs, first of all? Is she on the island?
I think she is. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because now it's just an aide.
Yeah. Mhm.
We're letting me have an aide the whole time. But we know she got the money from when the father
Correct.
passed
And
away.
then Shelby was there.
Right. So now it's like, okay, we can use this money for some, hopefully, I'm hoping it's a full-time aide. I mean,
Yeah.
if someone with dementia, it's,
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
mm.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll answer all your questions. Welcome back from break. Okay, Liz, you were curious about Epic because her name was dropped.
Her name was dropped twice. And then on the, captions, because we watch with captions, I was like, oh, this is like someone's name.
Yes.
And then it was funny because Landry had said, like, oh, this night's going to be epic. I'm like, is this like a thing? I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
no, it is someone. So this is a person that are we going to meet eventually?
Yeah. So Epic, you will meet. She is one of the students that Tammy and the faculty talk about in this episode. It is
Not
weird.
nicely.
No, not nicely. It is weird. I also noticed that with Landry saying, I want an epic night. I was like, could have used a different choice of words. They have no like there's no meaning between the
No,
two.
okay. And also like her name was like in all capital on my
Oh, really?
yeah. So I was like, is this like an abbreviation for something?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is it
EPYK.
EPYK? Okay.
Epic. Yeah, so we will meet her next week. And funny enough, I remembered her.
Oh.
I can't wait till I get to the episode where I remember Hastings from my past watch. Yeah. All right, we're going to go into questions. Let's start with Mike. He asks, will Tammy fit in at the new school? Will the rest of staff like her? And will she be able to get through to Epic? So that was nice. We'll segue there into Epic again.
Yeah. I think the staff's gonna have more of a problem with her this time around than the students. I feel
Mm,
like the students might obviously put up a front in the beginning because what kid really wants to be addressed and emotionally at 17, 16, 15 years old. But I think she will make a difference because she is that type of person that will not quit until she feels like she has helped someone,
yeah.
even the slightest bit. Her coach is similar in that regard. But the staff, they're not very nice people, not yet. That one lady's
No.
got a real big problem with her.
Yeah.
I foresee maybe them being friends towards the end of the series because Tammy needs a friend. I say that every
She
season.
needs a friend. I know Katie McCoy was a friend for a hot second, and then that disappeared.
Yeah, it's so nice to like not even have to reference the McCoys.
They were gone.
So they're never gonna play the Panthers ever again.
We get into that.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. With Julie and Lance off to college, do you think we'll be seeing them and having scenes at them at college, or will we not see them for a while?
Well, like I said earlier, I really hope we see them
Yeah, but what you
because
hoping and really having a gut feeling are two different things.
I think we'll see them in college because we didn't really do that with anyone else. You know, and while I think we will focus on Becky and Luke and Jess and Vince and Coach and Tammy, that's really it. And Tim.
Hmm.
I think we'll check in with them. Maybe not necessarily every single episode, but I think at least in next week's episode, we'll see them kind of be situated. I was like interested. I'm like, who's Kim? Are we gonna meet Kim? Is she gonna be a character in this season?
Mm-hmm.
What's Landry's, roommate or roommates like? He's going to Rice
In
in
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like not super far. I mean, I don't know in relation where like Dylan is to there. So
Yeah, I know. I would have, just thinking about Landry again and his send off, I would have liked to see his parents say goodbye to him.
right.
I would have liked maybe a last football game with the Lions, like just for funsies.
Right? I feel like we didn't get that. It
I
would have been nice
know.
to see like Devin, Julie,
Yeah,
Jimmy, and Landry maybe like kind of just
I know.
do a send off kind of thing.
Imagine if Landry went to go visit Tim.
He should.
Remember their very quick friendship when he was tutoring him? We loved that, and then
I
that was it.
loved that so much.
We
We
didn't
loved
know
it
we needed
so.
that. It was so good. Ah, what a
Yeah.
bummer. Do you think Becky is going to see Tim so often because she's a good friend, or she still has feelings for him?
I think that's her only outlet for any type of communication or
I know.
emotion or just feeling like a human. I feel like she has nobody, and especially now at home, she's got this evil stepmother, whatever. Her mom has abandoned her to just do a cruise thing. And she's only had Tim for an entirety of a year in her life.
You're right. Yeah.
Like that's it. So that's what she's used to. And while I feel as though in her heart she knows that she'll never be more with him, she'll obviously still, if the opportunity was to arise where he would want to be with her, she wouldn't say no, you know?
Yeah.
But
True. I mean, who's
I
saying
think
no?
she's still, masking that with I love him like a brother. He's all I have as far as family goes. And now his family will be my family, like he said. So I'm gonna go and stay there, and maybe Mins and Billy will help her get through some stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Kate wants to know, do you think we'll see much of Tim?
Well, if he's was filming that movie, maybe not. I mean, kind of sad that that's what we
Do you think
do.
he's on the island?
I don't think he's on the
Okay.
island. No, I don't. I think he'll be in that finale episode at least.
Bliss has high
Um,
hopes for
I
this
have high
finale
hopes for this
episode.
finale. Well,
Yeah. I know,
when we
I
went
know.
to Epics and Derek was talking about like the last scene, I'm like, there's no
Yeah,
way Tim's
yeah.
not there, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, maybe it will be a little less of him this season, a little less of Julie, a little less of Landry, and more focused on our new bees, if you will. But I think, yeah, I would be really upset if that was his send off, or at least I think I would still be sad if we won't see him for a while. And that was like his goodbye for a little bit was me going to jail. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would
I
be really
know.
shitty after all of his character development.
Yeah. Are the Lions a decent team this year? What's going to happen with them this season? What do you think?
Yeah, they're decent
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Maybe, hey, if coach does the right thing, they can get to state.
Yeah. State,
State.
state, state, state. Yeah,
That's the goal, right? That's the dream is to go to state and win,
absolutely. Wouldn't that be
especially
so great for the Lions?
this, right, for this team that was basically non-existent and then finally beat the Dillon Panthers. Like nobody thought this would ever happen.
Right.
And then for them to actually really become a good team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then Vince is going to graduate, I guess, at this year,
Yes.
and
Yep.
Luke too.
Yes. Yep.
So it's like he's going to have to keep rebuilding. Like every year he has to rebuild. So
Right.
yeah, it's coach. He'll do it. He'll make good boys, good football players.
He's a molder of men,
He's a
as
molder of men. We said it again
Billy
in this
say.
episode.
Yep. Yeah. Will says Hastings might be the worst basketball player in a TV show or movie. Who is supposed to be good at it? That jump shot does not fly. If you could create a song title for Crucifitoria's new hit single, what would it be?
A new hit single? Well, it has to be obviously something like metal,
I
but
was
also like, what were
I
you
was
gonna say?
I was gonna say either Texas Forever or Dylan,
Mm,
like Left My Heart in Dylan or something.
yeah, because it could go a little emo with that. Landry likes to write,
Yes,
what
he
he
does.
knows.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, left my heart in Dylan. That would be good.
Yeah.
Dylan
And
forever.
Dylan Forever. I like that. That's good. Dylan Forever. And then he attached some trivia. The play the Lions used to win the game was called the Statue of Liberty play. I embedded two YouTube clips. One is the Statue of Liberty, and one is the fake Statue of Liberty. So this was so cute, the plays that he included. I'm going to put this on our Patreon. If you all want to see the Statue of Liberty play, go to our Patreon. I'll put it public. And people listening might be like, I already know this, so I don't need to look. But if you're wondering, it's up there.
Well, listen, Michelle, don't.
That's right. Thank you, Will. I always appreciate some football knowledge from you. And then Vic, she wanted to know, did you ever get your parents' credit card? This is in reference to Julie asking Tammy for her credit card.
Um, I mean, I guess.
I know. It was never my parents either just gave it to me because they trusted me. Like I never
Mhm.
was someone you couldn't trust with money. I never took
Same.
advantage.
Right,
So
same.
you never had to worry about that.
Yeah, but when we were going like college shopping, I mean, I didn't go away to school, but you still needed to buy supplies and whatever.
Of
My
course.
mom would come with me and she would just be like, okay, here,
Yeah.
ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I started paying for my own stuff and,
Right. Right.
the hassle that was. But no, they never like prevented me from using their card.
No. We're just two good girls, Liz.
We are.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for sending your questions and comments. What was your favorite quote in this episode, Liz?
I had a few. I couldn't decide, but I had coach was my coach, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's not the punter. You wouldn't be interested in him, which I thought was so funny. And then my last, I'm gonna hug your neck, boy.
I love it. I have Stay Golden, Julie Taylor. That's
Mm.
what Landry said to Julie. Also, Hunter or Kicker. That would be a good song for Crucifixorians.
Punter, just punter.
Hunter. Coach's Corner. What do you have?
I don't, I don't know why I can never remember to write
I
anything
always
down
say
for
we can get
this.
rid of it. We can get rid of it if it doesn't come naturally. But I'm going to go a little differently this episode. And I'm just going to give a high five and a nod to our new coach, Billy Riggins. Welcome to the coaching corner. Literally, you're a coach now.
Yes, let's welcome him into this coaching corner.
And also just being there for Becky and being so
Mhm.
sincere and like not even questioning her. Of course, you can stay with us.
Yeah, love that. Let's do that.
Yeah. This is like, good idea.
I don't know what it is
It's
about
okay.
that.
It's all
I'm
right.
like MVP, shittiest, patron of the
Yeah.
week, always. And then
Always. I know. I know. MVP and shittiest. Do you have your MVP?
I struggled a bit.
Yeah, me too. And we have some different answers here.
Yeah. I think I'll just go with my first choice because I don't think I have given it to them
Okay.
in a while at least.
Okay.
So mine was actually Vince.
Vince. He's so good this season. And I
He's
love
really
him
good
in
in
this
this
episode.
episode. The
Yeah.
talk he had with Andre
Yeah.
and like just give your sister a break. Like I know what it's like. Talk to me about your dad. Just helping her out. And like joking, I didn't like when he pawned her off to go talk to Hastings. I thought that was so
Weird, right?
icky. Yeah,
I
like
know.
oh, you're hot, go talk to him and see if you can convince him. It's like, you guys can do it yourselves.
Did you do you catch the conversation that was happening at the party where Luke brings Hastings over to the pig and he's like, check out Mirabelle.
This
She's
was weird. Is this what kids do in Texas to have fun? Is try and kiss pigs?
Pinkers with Mirabelle.
This
Oh
was
my gosh.
weird.
It's so funny. I also wondered that. I'm like, I guess this is what we do. at the barn. Yeah, real
Yeah.
weird. I chose Tammy for
Nice.
just believing in the good of the cause, and
Hmm.
she's going to keep on pioneering, and I love her for it. We had votes for Landry, Billy, and Hastings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shittiest.
I had Becky's parents, all of
Yes.
them.
Yeah. Yes. We had that. We had Becky's parents, Becky's stepmom, we had Levi, and then we had Dre, Jess's brother.
I was like, who's Trey? Oh, I
I
almost thought about that, but
know.
I'm like, he's just a kid.
He's a
He's going through
kid.
it. You
His
know, his
parents
parents
are
are not
gone.
around.
I know.
Struggle.
Yeah. All right. Booster of the week. Our first season 5 booster. Who is it, Liz?
It's a good one. It's Jelance, of course.
Shalonce.
Jillian, our love, she's chatting it up in the Discord. She's chatting it up on our Topic Tuesday. We love when we get to hear from her. She always brings a great perspective. And we wanted to shout her out this week on our very first episode of season 5 because we know how she loves Friday Night Lights and the emotions. So, welcome to season 5, Jillian. Thank you for being our patron. We love you.
Thank you, Jillian. Can we get a raw list? Yes.
Did you hear it or
No, I
no?
didn't hear it. And I feel like
I
I
love
moved.
it.
We're zooming tonight, just full disclosure. And so I
Mm.
can't hear Liz and her roar. And when I said that, I was like, can I get a raw? You're going to hear it. You'll hear it, Liz, when you edit.
Can I get a raw?
Can I get a raw? Anyway. All right. So, an emoji for
Mm.
this episode. I was thinking a guitar.
Oh, okay, that's good because I was thinking of basketball.
That's a good one,
But
too.
like that doesn't.
No, let's do basketball.
Okay.
I was just thinking guitar for Landry and the band.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do a guitar. I mean, geez, Michelle.
Let's do a basketball.
Let's do a basketball for Hastings, even though he's
Yeah.
no
The
longer.
newcomer Hastings.
That's right. So, what you can do if you haven't already and you're enjoying the show and you're considering it, leave us a rating and review, and you can pop that basketball emoji in the
Pop
Apple
it in.
Podcast. Pop it in, just make a shot. You can also send it over on DMs in Instagram, Discord, email. We just love to see and know you got this far. We appreciate it.
Yes, please do. Fun fact about basketball. My my dance friends and I and our husbands all got together like a couple weekends ago, and she has a son who's 5, and so they had installed this like really delicious looking basketball court in the backyard, and us fat fuck adults could not even get one ball. Like not my husband, not her, like no one could get this ball in. It took us like a million tries to actually like shoot a hoop and get it into the net. It was pathetic. We were like all embarrassed. It
Wait,
was so funny.
did you guys play a game or you were just
No,
playing
we just were all
horse?
just trying
Remember
to shoot.
horse?
Oh yeah, we love horse, but we were
Yeah.
just trying to shoot hoops, and like it took forever for at least one person to get the ball in the net. It was really funny, actually. So that was my sidebar. In case you guys want to feel really good about yourselves, play basketball at 34 years old when you haven't shot a basketball in a
Oh
long
my
time.
God.
Yeah,
Wow, that's so funny. I don't remember the last time I dribbled a ball, tried to make a basket.
the dribbling was like pretty. I was pretty good at that. The
Yeah.
dribbling,
Yeah. I
the
always
hand
wanted,
eye.
can you spin it on your finger? I've always wanted
No.
to do that.
No. And now my nail would make it impossible, I
Oh,
think.
true. I have a little bit of a longer nail.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so cool.
Same. I always thought that was like the coolest thing. I'm like, how do you do that?
I know. What is the secret? If you can
I
do
don't
it,
know.
here's a
Yeah, let us
little
know the secret.
idea for you. Film yourself and send it to us. I want to see it. Yeah.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Next week, season 5, episode 2. The title is On the Outside Looking In.
Oh.
And the quote is There's a fox in my hen house and I don't like it. Mindy Collette Riggins.
There's a fox in my hen house and I don't like it. Oh, so is she talking about Becky? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it either, Mins. For multiple reasons. I'm sure she's strutting in her little underwears.
Mm-hmm. Her little cute self around the house.
Yeah, and Minz is like, I just birthed a baby.
Right.
Well, 9 months ago, I birthed a baby. I'm sure her body is like, not exactly where she wants it to be. So I would be very self-conscious if I was her.
Right.
Becky.
Yeah. What else do you think is going to happen? Like, what are we going to see? Are we going to see college? We're obviously going to see more Hastings on the team.
Yeah,
We'll meet Epic. I
Hastings.
told you that. We will
Yeah,
meet
okay, so
Epic.
that's next week. Every
Yeah.
time I hear Hastings, I think of Spencer Hastings.
I
I
know.
think of and then she's the man, their last name is Hastings. So I always think of that. So Hastings as a first name is very new to
We could
me.
just call him Rockle.
I don't
No,
like that.
nothing's good.
No, nothing's good. So Hastings will, I guess, be a part of the team, and
Hmm.
the boys will try and, get him on up to speed on everything going on there.
Yeah.
Tammy will beat Epics as you teased, so I'm sure it's not going to be a good first meeting, but then eventually things will
Right.
come together. Do I know this actor, Tris?
I don't know.
Probably, maybe not. I don't know.
Knowing you, probably.
Probably.
Knowing me, I didn't.
Okay. But Tammy will eventually mean something to this person.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think what else we have going on? Becky and the Billy stuff, as you just teased.
Yeah.
And then maybe we won't see Tim next week. Um, I really would like to see Julie and Landry at school.
Okay.
I would like to see that for this season. I would still want to go on their journey with them. Like I felt
Yeah.
like it was so I felt like satisfied with the way Smash left and Jason and Lila. Maybe she's gone or not gone. We don't know. And I know Tyra's still gonna make an appearance at some point. But like those I felt satisfied with. And I feel like for some reason, because these are the kids, like the actual kids that we have watched grow from beginning to end, it would be really sad if we didn't have a better send off for them and see like what they actually do with their life.
Right.
That's all I want,
Yeah, I understand.
and get some friendship. Let's get some more friendship.
Yeah. I mean, the like how far Vince and Luke have come. I love
I
them running
know.
together. We get that montage in the beginning and they're
So
working
cute.
out and Tinker's just driving the car next to him eating a
I
sandwich
know.
or burger or whatever. It's so good. It's
That's
so
so
good.
funny.
Yeah. So we have friendship there.
Okay, yeah, we do.
All right, last but not least, we do have Will's football poetry corner. Of course, Will coming through.
Well,
Pitching the ball. When a player pitches the ball, they legally throw it backward or laterally to another player. Billy pitches Coach Taylor on being coach for the Lions, while Tammy pitches the principal on bolstering efforts to help students' success as the new guidance counselor.
oh,
Beautiful, Will. Thank you.
always
Well, wow.
1 week down, Michelle.
Oh my God. 12 more episodes. What?
Just 12 more.
That's it. Maybe, Liz, I was more emotional because I don't want this to end.
Yeah.
And like I love and I think also I dropped it in the Discord and don't watch it yet. Maybe you'll never watch it, but on Scott Porter and Zach Guilford and Mae Whitman's podcast, they
Yes.
had Amy Teagarden on,
Yeah.
and it was just Zach, Amy, and Scott. And the love they have for Amy is so strong, and the love Zach has for her, and I loved that discussion
Mm.
that they had. It's great. You guys should watch. I watched it on YouTube. I didn't even listen to it.
Were
And
there any, were there any spoilers?
um maybe, but like not that much. Like honestly, like I know Mike, I think it was Mike in the Discord, he put like, "Oh my god, the spoilers in the opening credit scene." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"This
I,
is
I didn't watch them.
you
I
can
fast
watch
forwarded.
them. They're not I don't know. I mean, we'll watch it when we're together.
Yeah, there's always been
Not
spoilers in those montages, but not anything like super revealing,
Yeah, I think because with this show, it's so different than One Tree Hill. So,
Mm-hmm.
like that I can understand like Ingrid covering because characters came back like seasons later and
Yeah.
what have you. But this show, it's like, is there really that much to spoil? I don't know. Maybe I'm too into it. Maybe I look at this through a different lens. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, they were
Yeah,
just
I'm okay with us. I don't fully pay attention to the
I know,
when
we
we
talk
watch it
usually
anyway. We
through it.
usually talk or we're eating or drinking or
Right.
in the
Yeah,
chat, whatever. So,
I know, because Vic and I, we were commenting on it and we're like, there really isn't that. There's nothing.
yeah. Okay.
There really
So
is.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, but the way they spoke about Amy and what she brought to this character because she was so young and how she brought so much of herself into the character, like she's a vegetarian in real life, so
Mm,
she made herself a vegetarian. It was just, it made me love and respect Julie more. So
nice. I would love to listen or
it's
watch that at
great.
some point.
It's really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But come back next week. So we're discussing episode 2. We're on our season 5 journey. If you want to be a
Mm,
part of it, send us an email, talkintexasforever@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you just found us, please say hello. We want to hear from you.
welcome.
It would make us happy. Yeah. Until next week. Bye.
Bye.